I am so excited to be here this afternoon with Alice Brockwell, one of my friends, and also an amazing nurse practitioner and business owner who works a lot with different products, Rodan and Fields being one of them. Say hello, Alice.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for having me, Wendy. I'm excited to be here too.
So you are the only person I would ever record a video with no makeup. So I hope you feel
Honored.
So I wanted to do a couple of things. So this is a series called What You Need to Know Now, and I know you're in the thick of it, working with clients, doing all kinds of fun things. So tell us a little bit about what you want your community to know now about what you're doing and how you want them to best take care of themselves during these times.
Well, thanks for asking. One of the things I really want is for everyone to go back to the simple basics and to take respect and ownership of our skin is an organ. It's a vital organ, and it's the largest organ that we have. As a matter of fact, the skin takes up over 20 square feet.
Wow.
That may be bigger than the room you're in.
Maybe.
Right? And the basics of hygiene and learning to even just wash our hands.
Yeah.
And protecting ourselves as well as others. And to continue to go and do that as we fall out of this season that will pass.
Yeah, absolutely. So in support of that, I'm always commenting on your beautiful skin because you do have just the most gorgeous, flawless skin. And as a result of that, I got this in the mail, this very glamorous, very, it's like it sits on my counter like a statue, like a golden globe of sorts, and this you've told me is one of the keys to your beautiful skin. So I wanted you to walk me through how to use this today, and so we can share with others some things that they can do above and beyond the basics to take their skin to the next level. Does that work for you?
Absolutely. I'm so glad that you've introduced it that way, because when you say go beyond level, it itself, this thing is called AMP-MD. So it amplifies the skincare system that you're doing or routine.
Yeah, so normally what I do every day, just to give everyone a brief, is I use my cleansing, the Redefine cleansing. I have my toner in here that I use, and then my moisturizer that I use. So I'm already makeupless and clean, but just to ensure going into this that I'm super clean, I'm going to use a makeup wipe just to make sure no debris has gotten on me in the last hour or so as I've been on the phone and on my computer.
And while you're doing that, I just do want to take a moment that everything that I share and comes out of my mouth is my opinion and my opinion only, not of Rodan and Fields, although I am a business owner with Rodan and Fields.
Very nice. Okay.
And when I tell you about this, being in business, they say I'm in the business, skincare business, but I say that, Wendy, you're in the business of skincare also. You're in the business of taking care of your skin. So ultimately, we're all in the skincare business or in the business of skincare.
Yes. So, okay, so I've got the AMP-MD, is that what it's called again?
Yes.
Okay, so walk me through it. What do I do with this bad boy now?
Right, so after you usually cleanse and tone, we let the toner go ahead and dry, and we remove the top, and it has a protective cap that you also took off, correct?
Yes.
Right, and what you'll find is 200 microfine needles. That's what's on the roller. They're stainless steel microfine needles. And what this actually does, some people call it their secret weapon, almost like their James Bond little secret weapon. But in actuality, there's no secret or magic about this. This is a very, very natural, organic thing that I'm going to show you with this that you've been using, and that I very much so use and believe in. This is you were going to roll it, and you're going to roll it one way.
Wow. Yeah.
And so you'll pick it up and you'll roll down, and you'll pick it up and roll down, and pick it up and roll down.
So I don't roll down and up, I just roll down.
Correct.
Got it. Okay.
And this is in the vertical. Then you want to do this horizontally.
Okay. Yeah, I really feel those needles.
And diagonally. And you want to do this both from the edge all the way, including your lips. And I like to section off my face from the eyes up. And then, so I have 3 areas, or 4 right here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Always remembering that we're going to add our neck, décolleté, and our hands.
Okay. So I'm going over each section, and is there a certain amount of times that's
So you'll do almost like some people would consider mowing the grass. Some people do it when they vacuum clean, right? You'll do the section, lift. You'll cross over 25, 50%, down, lift.
okay?
So I'll talk a little bit about this while you continue to do that. This is creating what we called a controlled injury. And the controlled injury sends, because one of the functions of the skin is to protect the skin. And so the skin is saying, ouch, we've had an injury. And it sends that signal up to the brain. And the brain sends neurological and signals back to the skin and says, oh, repair the injury.
Got it.
Repair the injury. How does it repair the injury? It repairs it almost like a minor cut, if you will. So the absolute nice texture and firmness that you're gaining and you're seeing, and the smoothness, because this is such an excellent, excellent tool, professional tool for acne and for old acne scars, and for scars that you've been, like I do, from catching the ball, baseball, bad, right? Yeah. So, and so what it does is it starts from the inside out, from the inside up, repairing and saying, go ahead to repair that. We need elastin, we need collagen, we need growth factors. And then it builds from the inside up, repairing the skin, just like you would see with the minor cuts.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt, but you definitely feel it. I mean, it feels like little prickly, you know, so it's not, I think when I first saw it, I thought it was just going to be, you know, I've seen other rollers and they're just kind of like, you know, metal or something on the end, but this is definitely different. You definitely feel like the penetration of this in your skin.
Correct. And I was going to ask you if you could describe the, and so we know that some of us replace this roller every 6 months. Some of us replace it every year.
Yeah, okay.
And as you continue to use it, just like any kind of knife, if you will,
right,
it will start dulling, but very subtle that you won't notice it until one day you say, I forgot that I used to feel it, and now I'm really not feeling it the way now you want to feel it.
Right.
Right, when you start seeing the results, what happens? It's like, oh, no, I want to feel it.
Yeah.
Because you're realizing what it's doing.
So when I'm done using it, what do I do? Well,
a couple things. We always want to have our safety in mind. So of course we put the protective cover. But another thing is, if after a week's use, you go ahead and if you'll show me the clear cup again, that you cut the cover, you'll notice that if you turn that around, it has a line.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're gonna fill that with warm water up to that line, and then take one of the cleansing tablets, and you put it in there, and then you put your tool, the AmpMD, back into the cup, and you let that soak.
Okay, great. That's amazing.
And then you let it rinse, cover it, rinse it with warm water, and then let it air dry.
Then it's good to go again. Okay, so you cleanse, you tone, you use that, you do your face, your neck, your chest, your hands, and then the second part is using the Redefine Intensive Renewing Serum, correct?
Right. I call this our Retinol Revolution.
Retinol Revolution.
Vitamin A Retinol Revolution. And
it's adorable little blue pod.
Yes.
So tell me what's next. What do I do?
So you're going to take, let me join you. You're going to take this, you're going to gently hold the bottom of it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can either twist or pinch without pressing on the bulb or bottom of it. Because
yep. Got it.
Right?
It's oozing goodness.
It is.
So I rub this on my face in the areas that I just used the AmpMD.
I always ask, why is not everyone using retinol? Now let me explain that I said retinol, A-L, not O-L.
Okay.
And the reason that not everyone's using it, because if you don't know that Rodan and Fields is the only one in the world with the proprietary with the capsule form. Wow. The capsule form is very, very important to its efficacy or the results, the real results that you're seeing.
Yeah, and there's plenty here. I wouldn't think that this would have covered all these areas, but it definitely is.
And so as a nurse practitioner, I was in the good habit of prescribing, giving you a prescription for vitamin A. This is what we call retinol. And A, it would come in a cream, and B, it comes in a tube. Because of the doctor's enormous amount of expertise and knowledge, because they're still practicing actively in office with patients, they are in the trenches of what can we do? What can we make more innovative? What is better? And so a couple things we've realized. One is encapsulating the retinol. It's fully stabilized. And so in this capsule, you have the most potent delivery that I can give you without a prescription. But I personally challenge us as a practitioner who has given written prescriptions with retinol for many years, because one of the potencies of the efficacy of the potency of it is because of the encapsulation. So we know, just like oxidized or our own skin or an apple that you put on, when we bring this to light and to oxygen, it decomposes or turns brown, the apple.
Right.
And so it won't do that when it's in a single. So every time you used to open that tube, we are breaking down the potency.
Yeah.
And you can't do that with this. So this is a biodegradable capsule, which I just love that concept. I'm so proud of Rodan and Fields for being so conscious of our earth. And it is fully stabilized for this one use. And the reason that it's not retinol and retinol is because that is the technology and the proprietary that only Rodan and Field does have.
Got it. So that didn't really take me any time at all, and my skin feels amazing. How do I look? Do I look younger?
I have to say to you, since you have been using the product, I can't imagine that you haven't started getting many more compliments on your skin.
Well, maybe when people start to see me again in person. It's doing good on Zoom for now, but once I get back in the real world.
And I want to always remind you, right, to do all of your neck and chest area. And of course, you can do your neck as one portion and then divide your chest in 4.
Fantastic. Yeah, I've definitely noticed being on Zoom as much as I am these days, noticing my neck more. So I'm definitely excited to start using this.
I think you're going to enjoy it, and I think you're going to enjoy the compliments you can. And I think you're going to be excited when you can help somebody else say, oh, I can't stand how this looks, or I feel so old looking at this, or...
Well, I so appreciate doing this with you. Is there anything else you want to share with our community today while we've still got you?
A couple things I was thinking about. One is I would love for everyone to know that I will be going up because I am expanding in the business, and I am growing the business. And I'll be expanding in Tampa. We'll be there June 20th at the Columbia restaurant. The charity will be domestic violence, and we're going to be donating all kinds of clothes and supplies for the women and the children there. I like to start talking to more about that because you don't have to come in live to donate and help rehabilitate our women who have been abused and start giving them a voice also.
Oh, that's amazing. So if people want to reach you, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you, Alice?
I think you're one of them. And the other way is, of course, on Facebook, Ali Rodriguez Brockwell.
Yep, we'll put your information. We'll post it. But I so appreciate you walking me through these steps, and I think it's such a great time for people to give themselves more attention and self-care and pay attention to those things like your skin that sometimes get neglected when we are in the hustle and bustle of life. So I appreciate you and your education and your commitment to all of this. So thank you, Alice.
I thank you. And I want to share something that just came to mind when you said about self-care. You know, it is the principle of love thy neighbor as you love thyself. And so the commandment is to love self. And it is so critical in a time that we need to be able to love one another and be kind to one another and be of service to one another. And in the spirit of self-care, it is really so we can love thy neighbor. And it is so important that we learn to love ourselves because we can't give for anything that we can't give to ourselves.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's a perfect place to close. Thank you, Alice.
Thank you.